real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe to this channel. We do 30-minute or less live streams Mondays to Fridays. So today's topic is about maintenance and maintaining and upkeeping our relationships. One thing about a healthy relationship, and that's what we're talking about today, maintaining a healthy relationship, because people who are toxic, selfish, don't really care about those things. We're talking about the good relationships. The relationships that you want to keep, you got to put some work into it. And most people focus on getting a relationship, especially romantically, and they don't do the maintenance work. What do you have to do to keep that relationship? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, in maintaining a relationship is communication. You have to communicate, and I don't just mean talking, I mean finding out what the other person has going on. There has to be open communication in maintaining a relationship. And my belief is that that's the beginning of the breakdown of any relationship. There has to be support there. There has to be understanding. There has to be care and concern. And once that breakdown begins, relationships are going to end. You have to put in work to maintain, to keep a relationship going, because if you don't do anything to maintain a relationship, it's most definitely going to end. So, what are some ways that we can communicate? It's not big things, checking in on a regular basis. How was your day? Think about the things that you did to keep that get that romantic relationship. Didn't you go out to eat together? You did fun things, you talked about things that were going on, and sometimes because of life, bills, kids, you can get outside of doing those things. You can get outside of doing everything that you need to do to maintain that relationship if you're not careful. And you got to be careful about maintaining relationships that you want to keep. If you, especially when you have a good person, people think sometimes because they got a person that they don't have to put in any work into maintaining and keeping the relationship. But you do. You got to put in work into a relationship to make the person happy and to make you stay happy as well. There's happiness that has to happen. There's communication that has to happen to make not only you, but also them happy. So ask the person that you're in a romantic relationship with, what do you have going on? How can I help you today? Is there anything that you want to talk about? Those are the things that you do if you want to maintain and keep a good, healthy, happy relationship. And also, this also applies to friendships. Hi, I Love Space. Hi, Just Ava. How are you doing? If you want to have healthy friendships, you want to have good communication in the relationship in order to maintain it. Another one is that you got to spend time together. That's number two. Spend time with the people that you care about. I know that everybody is busy, for whatever you have going on, whether it's work or whatever. You just have to put in some time. Make quality time for the people that you care about. Because if you care about them, then you'll put in the work to not only make them happy, just drop something, but also to make yourself happy as well. Because both sides, it's not just one side, which I've heard many times people focus in on their happiness, but also is the person that you're with, are they happy too? And a friendship, are your friends feel seen and heard and supported? You got to spend time. You got to talk to one another, and you have to communicate. Hi, how are you? Welcome from Persia. So that's number two. You have to communicate and you have to spend time together. Point number three is that you have to get outside and have some sort of thing that you do together aside from date nights or spending time with your friends or your loved ones. You have to have one-on-one me time that is just maybe some things that they want to do, supporting the other person's passions, the things that they care about. You should care about it as well. And I think it takes maturity in order for you to come to that space. It took maturity for me to come to the space that it's not just about me and what I want. That yes, it is about you, but it can't be all about you if you want to keep a good, healthy relationship. See, there's a lot of people that are very toxic, manipulative, and controlling. And we're not talking about them. We're talking about the good, healthy, positive relationships. And it means that if you care about a person, you're going to care about what they have going on. And you're going to be supportive of their dreams and what that person wants. That's what you do for people that you care about. Now, if you don't care about a person, then of course, you know, move in that way, move accordingly, right? But somebody that you really do care about, you are going to see what ways that you can support it. Being supportive is one of the best hacks to keep a good, strong relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it's a friendship, whether it's with, a relative, any relationship. You have to spend time and you have to encourage and support the other person. A relationship can't be healthy if it's not both sides. Now, I know as a person who is honest with myself, I've had my times where I have been very, very selfish into just thinking about myself and my problems and my situations. But we also have to ask how other people that we care about and we love, how they're doing. Is there anything we can do to help and support them? That's what you do in a good, healthy relationship, okay? And we just have two more points here. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing? Um, point number, I think we're on four. Yeah, we're on point number four. To maintain a healthy relationship, you have to be able to see things that you're gonna have together, like having goals, focus goals. Whether it's with your kids, with your spouse, with your friends, with whoever it is, you got to have some goals, some things that you're trying to do in the future. And I think that helps to maintain the relationship because if you have something that you're focused on, what goal are you working on together? Are you trying to get out of debt together? Do you have some weight loss goals? Or you have a goal together of home ownership or fixing your credit? You got to have some goals together and working on things together, even though everybody is different and you have different ways of thinking, people have different personalities, but you got to have something that keeps you focused, centered, and balanced together. Hi, Sirius. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. You got to have something that keeps you happy, positive, centered, and focused in any relationship. You got to have something that keeps you laughing together, that keeps you supporting one another. Oh, my day has been awesome, Sirius. How about yourself? You got to have something that gives you a bond together, not just the bad things, but the good things, and how you encourage and support one another. Because, like I said, maintaining a healthy, not a toxic one, because toxic relationships, people only focus on themselves and what they have going on and what they personally want out of the relationship. But a healthy one, they're going to be checking on you. They're going to ask you how you're doing. How can they help you? How can they support you? How can they pour into you? That's what you need in a good relationship. See, we're going to leave behind all the toxic ones, right? Chat family, we're going to leave behind the toxic relationships. We're only focusing on the positive ones, the healthy ones, the ones that nurture your spirit, okay? Now, this is going to be the last point, everybody. We're going to focus on this for the remainder of the time. Hey, Nate, how are you doing? Right, serious. We're going to focus on this right here, that in a healthy relationship, you're each going to help one another to have good mental health. And I think that that is so important. In a good, healthy relationship, you're going to support one another's good mental health. And it means saying simple things like, you know, did you eat today? Are you getting your exercise? Supporting one another in good mental health. Sometimes a good mental health practice is just being there to be a listening ear, being a friend, being supportive, helping the person get through those hard and tough times. That helps you to maintain a relationship, because it's not just about when you want support, but also when another person is struggling and having a hard time. Somebody that you care about, if they're going through something, that should matter to you. It should matter that they're going through something and they need you. We can't be selfish during those times. If you want to keep that relationship happy and healthy, you also have to say, what can I do to help you? Or to see the need. You know what they need and just do it. That's one of my favorite things about having healthy relationships, having a healthy friendship, having healthy relatives relationships, is somebody just doing something and you don't have to ask them. They know you need X, Y, and Z, and they just do that for you. They know you need a hug. They know you need this, this, and this, and then just doing it. I can't tell you how beneficial that is for me, to know that I don't have to think about, oh, oh, that I can't talk about something that I'm going through. It's nothing worse than having people that they only want you to hear about their problems, but they're never there to hear about yours. That's what I'm talking about, maintaining a healthy relationship. You can't be selfish. You have to be centered on the other person as well. My mom used to always say, you pour into them and they pour into you. It has to be um, reciprocated, right? Yes, Nate, positive reinforcement, and that's so important. You got to reinforce, you have to encourage one another, whether it's a friend, it's a romantic relationship, it's a relative, it's whoever. Maintaining a relationship is seeing what that person needs. And that is something that I had to learn, not what I want to give them, but what they need from me. And the person, especially after being around somebody for a while, we don't always want and need the same things. So it means sometimes you got to step outside of your comfort zone and do what that person needs. Maybe you're not a person who likes to show a lot of affection, but you know that that person needs affection. So will you empty yourself and be compassionate and give the other person what they need? You will if you care about them. You will if you love them. Sirius says, I'm always there to lean a listening ear. Most times they just need to vent. Yes, and that's so important, isn't it? It's important that in a healthy relationship, that it's going on both sides. You don't want to be that toxic person. You don't want to be the red flag. Hey, realist, how are you doing? You don't want to be that toxic person in the relationship that is always saying me, 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 right? What I want. Always having your hand out. Always expecting for a person to, give, right? Yeah, I understood what you mean, Sirius. Yes, lend a listening ear. We also have to be there too. You also have to be compassionate and be understanding, and don't expect for people to always have it together. You have to be a safe place for other people to land as well. We can't always want to be supported. We also have to be a supporter. You also have to be a good listener. You also have to be kind. You also have to pour into others. I always say in relationships on both sides, with women, with men, whether it's a romantic relationship or it's a friendship, on both sides, women and men both need positive reinforcements. We all need to be encouraged. You're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. You're amazing. Thank you for being a part of my life. Simple acknowledgments, it goes a long way. Everybody needs to feel loved, heard, validated, supported, and encouraged. And nobody is out there is perfect. Absolutely nobody is perfect. But at the end of the day, are you doing the work to maintain the relationship, or you're just saying, I got them? I don't got to do nothing. Well, we're already in a relationship, so I don't need to do anything. A lot of people, they take people for granted, right? You take a good woman for granted. You take a good man for granted until they leave and move on to the next one. And then you realize that you lost the best thing that ever happened to you. And the same thing with friendships. You may take that person for granted. You got to stop doing those things. Be there for others that are there for you. Right? Serious. Amen. We really have to think about others, how they feel, what they're going through. What can I do to help and support my friend, my loved one, my spouse, my this person, whoever they are in your life? And even those of you who have children, make sure to maintain a healthy relationship with your kids. It can't always be when they're doing wrong, but you got to encourage the minds and the hearts of the young ones, and to tell them, you know, and to tell them that they're loved, that they're important. They don't got to take mess. You don't have to let people run over you. That's how you maintain a healthy relationship. It's not just about being there for them, but it's also teaching, helping, and giving the other person a nudge, a push in the other direction. You can do it. I'm here to support you. That's so important in a good relationship. Knowing that somebody else has your back. And even telling them, I got your back, and then prove it by your actions. I got your back. What am I going to do? And ask the person, what do you need from me? Because sometimes in relationships, we think we know what the other person needs. But have you asked? Have you asked your children, what do they need from you? Have you asked your spouse what they need from you? Have you asked your friends what they need from you? Have you asked your loved ones what they need from you? And are you willing to put in the work to do it? See, a lot of times we'll want it, right? Oh, yeah, they got to be there for me, and they got to do this and they got to do that. But are we also being a prize? Are you somebody who's worth having as a friendship? Are you somebody who is worth being in a relationship with? We always hear people talk about how this person, oh, they're nothing and they're no good. But really, are you a person that somebody's going to want to be in a relationship with? Are you somebody that somebody will say, I'm proud to say that's my lady, or vice versa. I'm proud to say that's my man, because they have these qualities, because of their maturity, because of their compassion, their understanding, and the list goes on and on. So if you want to get good, are you good? See, I had to pause and think about those things. See, a lot of times we'll be requesting things from people, actually demanding that people have certain things and possess things and to show up and to support. But do you show up? Do you support? Do you positively reinforce the next person? Do you support your good man? Do you support your good woman? Do you support your kids, your loved ones, your friends? It goes back and forth. Yes. Right, realist. I missed some comments. Nate says, hit the like Sarah says, Marlene, you said a mouthful right there. Awesome, awesome. Nate says, teamwork makes the dream work. Exactly, Nate. Yes, exactly. So right, realist. Nate says, once you are able to read people, you can see who's for you. You can. It doesn't take a lot of work. It's not hard, paying attention to people's energy. And the thing about it is that you can't, people get lazy in all relationships. Taking maybe your parents, siblings, friends, kids take parents for granted, and vice versa. In all relationships, you need to be showing up for each other. You want compassion? Do you give compassion? You want affection? Do you give affection? You want gifts? Do you give gifts? You want a good listener? Are you a good listener? You see what I'm talking about? It got to go both ways. See, that's how you maintain a good, healthy relationship. Maturity, honesty. It takes action, you know? And I've said it so many times before that love is an action word. So the question that you got to ask yourself is, what are my actions towards other people? Am I known to be kind and compassionate? Am I known to be loyal, respectful? Or am I angry? Do I always come out of a bag on people? Or do you know how to be calm and cool? You know how to keep yourself together and not jump to conclusions. Got to think about those things because people get sick and tired of just the apologies. Let's stop making apologies in 2025 and show the actions, okay? Show the actions, everybody. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Short and sweet. You know how I like to do these lives, 30 minutes or less. So that was the topic today. Maintain your relationships, upkeep it. Do the things that you should have done from the beginning. Be a good person. Be honest. Be loyal. Be respectful. Compassionate. Pour into the other. Do nice and kind deeds for one another. Be respectful. Don't think you can talk to people any way you want to and think that people are going to want to stick around. Okay? That's the honest truth. If you want good, you got to give good. Okay? Bye, everybody. I'm definitely going to tap in on tomorrow. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. As always, this is the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. 30 minutes or less. Boom, we did that. And I will tap in for another real talk, real conversation on tomorrow. Hasta mañana. Bye, guys.